Ernest Kojenchi, Simomia Nodayan home. Make a date with him and Daddy Lumba, and of course our Machidede, January 1. That's a Cat Fam Legends night. MC yours truly. Let me send a shout out to my family and friends out there in the UK. Nana Kokrokoo Yeboa Damoa of Hampton and Doma Hinkro. Shouting out to you and all your friends. At in Richard Reynolds.
FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Peace 104.3. It's a 9:45. Say Brunya Menudu Sana Ayana Jumediano Aye Bibi Fufro na in Crano Dawson. And I'll pay producer turned panelist. Agwazi.
Welcome.
MP for Oda.
Yes, Chairman General.
Martin.
Just so many opinion.
Bokode.
When you made them see here.
Na baby Atinet was saying.
Near here. I had 70 when you wish. Come in your better, sir.
Producer 10 panelists.
And you better, sir.
But as always, the medical culture in private, I'm very happy for you.
That's it.
I'm happy for you, pa. Why are dear?
That's it.
Or down for so that's it. Or down for some more. Say, Yatu Abama, Minia, Kwesiakwa, Mia Minia Kuma, Precope. Now, where producer, video, Wababe, panelist.
But Braka, I never call so who they say. It sounds say, Omina Nimu we have me foot for Cassia. Now, me down won't he? Or my expectations was so powerful. Because Omini said, baby, I've been to call over to my book, mammy.
True, mum.
Until down for no any die so pa. Because Obu on the motive that's and but wouldn't the castle with yours? Oh, that's with the so between the Chamajana Crackasaba. As well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's an opportunity. I'm fun to say your name. Your foodings are so for the number of years that we produce the show. Ama yetime esuani ama bebre. Sesebe yediomu edins awoso no. Na enye se FM keke. Omo ba relationship ene omo woni ntino no mutimi come akosem. Ene omo ekoso omo constituency how they are surviving. Ni ade kire ntino na yesua. Enti akwan no bi yesa no na chese. Ti say no de yesua nyina no wo say de adwuma. Eno anaja. Your survival was up to this point.
There's a full-time politician and businessman.
Come is the career. Yeah, quite their retirement.
Hey, Nana for you see a national chairman PPP Nana Maji.
Yeah, Papa. Do.
Boko there.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I see.
Me who mean honorable, I'm a Japan because you go way back.
Enough for you to way back. Way back.
Interesting.
To see the transformation, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know a people's person.
He's always been,
the humans relation and skills and that. Other than your mother finishing for on the ground. The personal touch that very powerful guy. This guy, the status here beyond minister. Beyond minister. Big man. Oh, that grandpa, and you there? From 76 to 80. I go school down.
Oh, really?
I call Rage and I call Hector.
The famous Hector.
Famous Hector. Very old that boy. He grew up there and everything.
Now, see a Hector for the 60th anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, they're 60.
Yeah, 60.
It's a very famous Papa.
Very distinguished people have gone through this.
Hector for one flood the whole line says,
yeah,
some killers.
I've heard a lot about Hector.
Yeah,
you know.
I've
heard a lot about it.
I'm happy to see my brother. It's all good.
Great.
One nation.
Yeah, then you say. Now, I can see that Oko Kumasini beyond. Okay, you have a banner so, but and Mrashibijim, Matisse, if I may call it the controversial e-levy. Hong Kong, be a better swab ne ade. Now, as usual, NDC for by and almost say reconsider Amobama conference no idea doma no nipa no ebisi anohye ebisu say ne kwanso no but the enti amede no efu ase ne say me hwe page 16 graphic anope ya me hwehwe mu ana me hu say e-levy policy. Industry players stepping to support burden sharing. Dr. Ken Ashigbe, Chief Executive of Ghana Chamber of Telecoms. Ken Oforiatta, Finance Minister. John Ewa, Chief Executive, Ghana Association of Bankers. Omufuniwa. But e-levy in the Intia makers say Dr. Ken Ashigbe, ne Ghana Chamber of Telecoms. Omopache say with MTN Airtel Tigo. I say I'm better to take so person to person transfer fees no by up to 25%. Na nina at the aboa my e-levy. E-levy I was my 3 years for parliament in there.
Kwame me that say say e-levy in some APA our conference na say because na a opportunity and penny for no person with the bachelor and name the kind any leader of parliament honorable Osei Mensah-Bonsu which they say nano fear that no bomodia ama yina agi tu mu appropriation bill the pass na fe diaka any e-levy no I was say deba na masibija for ehwem president so kasa no so ekabi in fact and only the only thing na budget mu no epeja just say kwa ekotodinya na asan peja kotodinya na asan peja kwa utumo say NDC for share protest na se no na omo position zero tolerance for e-levy yempe and command ko ni mu na yera minority leader ekoka say
Udeja minority leader so okoka hectares me mo be hamio justice well say hectare 77 to 79 protozoa office of the chief of staff now for it is my hectare mate I didn't know anyway a few hectare people are showing up here and you are leaving that yento aso minority
leader na me de kwakwa mo say hectare one of the schools are as several and crofo bebre na that's what tiapo e wo me constituency mo
60
na
years
omo anniversary me wo package bi pa ma wo mo a ya kwakoda na within this Christmas.
Fantastic.
It's chairman.
Yes,
na me ka say yera how na do so wo do baby no obeka say amanfo ayemase say oyate ase say the way to go and he said o mining nyina kan kono e-levy no wate ase na mum percentage no na emra from kakra no chamber of telecoms program bi okoka wase ntino ema ye nyina hu se se wono ate ase de a ende na ntiase a wenya no ode be ma na chidifo oka se enye mrede nanso esa so so man ko na limiti ye wo modin ahwe se ye betimi akire mu obi ate ase eni na bi na fe asaba se da bi ye mprebium na kire se se bi enya pani harina onye onipa se bi ye ni pehunu bi asa keke obi adma yo se wedi akire na obi a only the NDC and that's the minority in parliament hwene argument nti ase dem ne ade a ye buni pa oye obi ba kwa me be buni pa and I've walked up to him to tell him say he's one of my mentors na prekope wasa dane no ho sa no na fe mu bi ya confused na uhwemu a na che say party position no ya akwa different from the party in parliament and the minority for position as ono as the minority leader no na sesa na eno na ha me kakra chere say edu ba bia was ye hwe de ye tiase na ye nim boa beboa oman no kwame we are in politics because we believe in certain values ye mu bi e de ho adom party ya dom no because ye nim say party na ni so ade ehunu nie say na ebe ya boa oman no ye mu bi ebe yi ye ho say ye be di party na chi ni akasa ma party no ni a kire ni because we believe in the ideals of the party no nyina so nyina no ye gitum say no na be boa oman no na bia meka sabe obi a me yensem churoni eye den na me call into health entrepreneurship is because the party that was led by J. Kufuor introduce policy bi say national health insurance ema kwan ema obia etimi health access to health ebu bieye enu nti ema ye mu bi hu say say nipa bi na to be call hospital na no the barrier of affordability ye fi ho dia enya na ye hwe ne am so ye go to hospital operation and then I can pride myself wadama mu futuo ne mu akakaka say ye ka health enterprise me di motiti mai anonym enyina so bi a ye di hu say wunya aban na aban ne be ye nhyehyɛ na the ordinary people ebe tap into it na wetimi e dia build a future. There over 800 to 900 employees are my employment to makani adi nyina no ni nyina agina aban hyehye bia waye yeso enti to de bia ye nhwe the party no ka na se miankasa no e bia we na minyini na mo ye nhwe de beboa oman ni nyina enti from baby enua Penny Haruna ka say die nya dia wo mbagi atumu kra kai say finance minister eba ye amendments or the ba ye no ade no ka so yeguso edi enkomo consensus eguso we are having discussions because and the parliament tonight that hodom no untimi enka say wo de utumi pia ebuzozo your way wo hia say ebri bia no oni amanfo bedi nkomo ntino ne telecom fo edi aba no enso esiso gina esiso ema ye hu say omo kwa mate ade na se ehu se ebeboa oman no nti kade ebeba omo nchempo no so no omo ye ready se omo bete so na yenya ta mobilization no e de aboa oman no kwa 6.9 billion debt sustainability infrastructure development youth employment these are the three thematic areas yi levy ba begina so na boa MP biara ehia kwan MP biara ehia school MP biara ehia hospital MP biara ehia pontudwuma de ma ne manfo e ko fiska de wo hefa e ka ye beto ye ene se de e ka se yare manaka dompe ma enne no ya bra ne ye pagya de no kakaka ne ade no ye hia se ye beko ye ni ma ye ntimi ko box akade bi we can generate these monies from here. It's in the telecom for na omo no enya se ska bi kwa ka se ye be gya mu bi because oman ne koso a e na omo so omo business e koso it is oman no akwa ho kire mu a ye nyina ye sacrifice it no ma de kan atwa ma ye gya we mu e de amamu se de be ya ne ebeba aban hodom ne ade no se enkomotwe mu enkomotwetwe mu na se aban so beba fam kakra mpa na eno aba be hyem na se ye gina so ne atwa ba
ye tie ba bi e wona let's just say telcos no baby I'm be reduce up to 25% no and inti aban be jane 1.75 wow anya de aban be ba from
say wo hwe amanfo argument no a enye 1.75 no kwan amanfo su hu amanfo su no maka say omo di kan kwa atue bi ama telcos no dada it is the telcos no say wo mo ebeti omo de no so a na che say e car averagely no dipa ne bebo in doing this transaction no e be ba from. But the indigenous one say telcos no a woman no kan fa so na ba omo hodon e say ye CD ye mfa so ni bi na ye de ama oman no a e wo say ye nyina no etimi adwene ne adwen ko bankrum na minority fo etimi ti ase say we no e ya de e ba beboa bakwa me ade bakwa a me mfa ntodwa na ye nhwe beboa me wo de wonim de ekosoro e politics a ye no ho e ya kwa ye say wo be kwa ho kirem ama wuntimi nye bibi na waye unpopular eno na me ride on it na betimi ediaba power it seems as if say eno na at play now eno na adwuma sisia because arguments I mean say ye nyanu ma ndisi fo say ade we bekum Ghana fo ade we be ha Ghana fo ade we killer no me de keke ka ho a say den ka ye hweman ka ne papa no omunyai na ye famra na enkum Ghana fo no munya kwa mra ba mu enka simple no but utumu se ade we no enya baso a impuntundwuma ne se ne Ghana fo esu ewo ediema o mohwehwe se aban be ya ma wo mo no ebe kosoro ema aban no etimi akoso atena ba mu ma making the
akwesi ede na che se sike ye gigi a baby ye se ye de be kono eno ne be
Kwame I would like this levy to Hipic abra ebe ko Hipic no na ye nyina ya wo ohaw mu ana ye nyina na ya dwem entry yen enne ye wo schools bi wo ho no mu a yakoswara atro HIPIC benefit ewo ho because kwa e call HIPIC no e ho mfasode enie we no eno na make say e ganyan man this for on channel on energy towards that to make it very difficult for these monies to be diverted to any other area. Say the bear enyama abaina to dwase e dia to dwase we na ye hwehwe se e 11 be ye no omon guide abaino no mon guide omunyina ho magana for engade abaino ne yemfa nye because Ghana for nyina tie ase se saade we e ba ma youth employment uhwemu a sika dodo a eko GEA Ghana Enterprise Agency and some other agencies one beboa ema empuntunyuma akoso in terms of embranti omobenya sika capital seed capital ombetimi dia yo momadwuma a lot of governments I attempt to some best of youth employment uye the dia enye yi uye the dia enye look at the number of schools students we churn out from the universities each year aban ti be fa wo mu nyina eti aban hihye mu no ye sa niema we no mo na yetimi enya capital bi ebetimi dia boa emranti ne mabawa. We have said this, private sector is the engine of growth. Minim ayi a friend is saying nana na a PSR and PSR no private sector and public sector
reform.
Public sector reform. It was almost to make the public sector like a private friend is saying system. We all know the private sector is the way to go. Is the way to go. It's in here na say sika we no ko hen yen guide sika no ma ebi amfa babia na aban enyesa se ne ne HIPIC benefit ye kwa na manfo osunu enso ye ko ye no yenya ho emfasode. I think it's a very legitimate question you've just asked. Yen nyina fa ya dwenkom na yen ka se ye gi mre ya tomu a ye be hye aban kete se sika we no emfa babia ne ofisa wo di ye no fa ye contractors ye betu am ka yen fa nti am ka do munya kwa me ya kwa mayan odafo ase road ye hia se ye be wie na na nchire ya enu ka ho na me pre edi nkomo ye campaign say me nuanom nyina nka me ho na yenyintum na 11 no yenye musika yemfa nye sampuntu nyuma emrante de mbaba wa enya adwuma woda asa unya bibi ma wo mo so masen a omo betimi enya wo mo nyuma. The average Ghanaian is very enterprising or you be so nyonu na adwuma obeye yenhwe Ghana ha sei one more omukom unsan wadwuma
anything amusimo be you start no and also you say banks on the diskebiaba for you start
yes eti no say abegum sada na say jasa friend say akwanya no na ye wo scan be flow abam almost all the time na mrante ne baba we school skills omukura hwenkwale ene omutra computer chi ade omudi computer here. And then people are doing a lot of sales. And I mean, look at how much money people are earning from ICT. Then call it swap being was at the emu. It is here and say a person saying, na ya mom capital being ranting and come home. Number chiba to applications are one more ayabasa. Say it seems to be school was saying ya abaya juma. But me, I know the apahon. It's no or mind anymore. The answer is ye levy.
Mind back anymore. The answer is E-Levy. Akwesi Aqua. We mrashe bedwinima oda na moteni kana no pay. Mrashe bedwim sankomo E-Levy nkomo beba. Yeah. Amukon ye bia mbetwa mbeto so abane. Well, let's see how it goes. Nana very.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Any comments?
Grandpa, I'm there. Yes, she. Enyema okodo Ghana. See our reports na yenye. What's a katasena proyeno? You lose about 12 billion. Afibia 12 billion. E-levy, we are supposed to gain 6.9 billion. A subtraction na 5.1 billion differential. Inti badinti na yensi yamai. Na yen close loopholes. Na yen ye ya. Them 12 billion obotum wako aban homa aban otum oda ye nejuma. Kwa pa mitie na na komia wo platform video na. Also internal party politics between presidential flag bearers will cost each one internal, not general election, 1 billion cedis each. about 1 billion. I nearly fell out of my chair. There are 1 billion CDs. And if we are going to use 1 billion CDs per person, then this money, we can use it to improve how we do our politics and the way we do. Grandpapa, the e-levy issue, see, having heard that the telecos are willing to reduce Wusika Obawaho.
Does it give you some comfort?
Grandpa, it tells me there's an opportunity to improve the process. Say telecos, in other words, 1%, are willing to reduce their 1% to 0.75%. Grandpa, it means that there are ways in which we can reduce the burden of tax on the citizen. And it's also reminding me of what Cote d'Ivoire did in terms of the e-levy a year. They pushed the burden onto the service provider. Onto the service provider. Now, if the same service provider can reduce the money, Grandpapa, then we also as a nation can reduce the burden or not even bring the burden onto the citizens. And see, from a PPP perspective, in relation to the e-levy, more consultations.
Consultation.
Oh, they said we are grateful for the process. In the beginning, you can have your say, we have our might, we do our bulldozing techniques. Now we are discussing more. More avenues are coming up. More solutions. All by table, no. Because if we allow the process to be, there is always a solution at the end of the day. Only this particular time, Grandpapa, there are 1,001 ways to kill a cat. On your fatalistic there, without e-levy, Ghana cannot survive. It cannot be that some game that there's no other solutions to problems that or afflict them as a people. There must be other solutions. And that part, or you slow down on that process, you're making sure that.
And so from PPP, what is your suggestion of the other solutions?
Grandpa, on our earlier message, we are losing 12 billion every year.
How do we plug it?
Grandpa, you're losing 12 billion every year. The e-levy is supposed to bring you 6.9 billion.
More than half of what you have lost.
Grandpa, does common sense not tell us that? So you're spending more energy in making sure we plug the holes, in making sure that we stop the bleeding. We will have more funding available to us as a people. 12 billion, you lose 12. In sugar contain in suni your. Let's take the opportunity to close it and improve the system in a way over to Mama Sikaka to use it for the nation. So if a nation you are losing 12 billion, now say erase another 7 billion. What is to say that 7 billion, most of it will not be lost again in the process of implementing your programs and procedures?
How do we ensure
you can't ensure, Grandpapa, because if the present situation now you're losing 12 billion, they have not given us any assurance in terms of what are there to make sure that you close all those loopholes to improve the revenue generation of the nation and to spend it on us. We all want roads, we all want schools, we all want hospitals.
How do we fund it?
But Grandpapa, if the money is already in your face, and Minya as a private sector practitioner, the hospitals that he's working, the first thing he does is to make sure that revenues are not running away from his business. And he plugs the holes and makes sure that he puts in the necessary loopholes, necessary structures and firewalls to make sure that those monies do not, from the hard work that he does, the money just disappears. Grandpapa, I have not heard anything about that. That's what worries me. What are we doing to make sure that the 12 billion that we are losing, Grandpapa, 12 billion. There are reports that are out there. Parliament itself is dealing with these things every day. Katasina prayer in the public sector is costing you and I 12 billion. Baby offer. Then you are saying that you improve your revenue capacity to bring in additional 7 billion. Now 12 billion away. And then what have you told us as citizens today you are doing to ensure that we won't lose that money? What are you doing? We
Let
haven't
me
heard
just-
anything like that. That revenue generation. But Mesa oil of a system, yenya baby a sikano kono. Only we are not having that conversation. And I think the honor no the kind. Now you're making sure that whatever 2 cities are able to raise, you get it all. And then you are able to spend it in areas that we need as a nation. And so that is my greatest worry. That the money is before us and we are throwing it away. Then we are talking about bringing in new money. But the system that is throwing away the old money is nobody is talking about it. And we need to improve the public sector. So we need to hear more about how do we improve the public sector in such a way that the funds that are already available to us does not run away. And you remember that His Excellency the Vice President has also been a proponent of this particular that the money is here. Sikano Wagana has Sikani baby, and I believe him. And the report support all that stuff that he said. Data no all there. Sikano Oha. And to improve your systems, your procedures, to make sure that the monies that we are getting as a nation is put to great use, and we as a people can benefit from it.
I'll come back to you. Minko digressika krebi. Delise Mimi Dako, a Chief Executive Officer, Food and Drugs Authority. Na me who mi studio had that. Marchie.
Yeah, you Kwame.
Me who studio had that. What was that? Because I here. Because then our hands are. Mammy, we are off a bed. Jew, you may free same says here.
The last time we were health committee also, so she Oba budget hearing, she really impressed us.
Being there, Wabbing. Or started being so near nature.
Now, man, for us, your mobile pass on my train.
Oh, be facing. Oh, be facing. Sister, when you might say,
Kwame, I'm at Dumboko.
me who UTV and open, I'm saying, hey, what be fear? Hey, so me who them had that.
Kwame so and I did many abrepa.
Aquaba, I to say,
Kwame Boko.
now only Namsan will be here, 1 man here.
Kwame and Eddie. And then by see a Babel launch a music campaign be what I say.
Music.
I say no to drug abuse campaign.
Can babies as FDA feed them bonum.
Yeah, one no this Christmas day, yeah, one.
I didn't I dream a tertiary.
I dream say you see a drug abuse, I debut to see a can't drug abuse campaign, no. This year the I dream say the best way I debate say, yeah, the bayanum. Yeah, the bay yeah, they were going to audiovisual because they be you call schools, you call lorry parks, you call marketplaces. Now you preaching about substance abuse, drug abuse because I can't mandate. But this year, now Christmas, you hear who say this is the time you hear your trends. Now this is the time youth no more abusing your matter say drugs. Any medicines are normally for tramadol, codeine.
Codeine suka home.
Codeine can home. Who said some time ago, minister issue executive instrument against codeine and cough mixture. Says unyebium.
Okay.
Any tramadol, any shisha, tobacco. And you know, who said this is the time around this time, festive season, you know. You get a lot of the youth, or more Christmas, no man. That is when Obey uses annual maybe brave. And so we teamed up with the music industry, and you're releasing Yumbi. You perceive, you're launching in name, and you say, you're launching in Newaha. You choose to have say near Babel launching. You're so air the pa.
You think one?
And you believe it say, Sanum, they make a better impact for the youth. And you know, your campaign, your dabbing no music video, you say no to drug abuse, Debbie. And you know. And then nothing and never read them for the first time after this no who may be brave.
Oh, see ya. See ya.
Who may be brave now. Music video no a feature leading artist be brave Kwame Eugene article 1.
Okay.
No Amrado Yaya amongst many others. And you know your filming work cry it shows youth are more abusing drugs are affecting or more studies or more mental function near day. And
the issue of drug abuse amongst young people was ropa.
It was ropa. And the sad thing is that we realize that especially shisha no is going up. And a ma so enum ne bebre say mema.
Yes, man enum shisha.
And man no enum shisha na pa. And na uko campuses no so When you are some of the things now what's in any.
Wow.
Which I don't know show Muntemu and I know Madame Fubi Shedanium Cotinasina. In some now bet it no cry it is even more disheartening. If you go and sit with them now, you listen to some of the things they say, the way they mix them, no. The things that they can mix, no. If you listen now, it is a bit, it's almost disheartening.
They mix
the way they mix some of the things, no. The things that they can mix together. You'll be surprised that somebody can buy a bottle of cough mixture, put it on and pour it on a glass full of ice.
Cough mixture.
Cough mixture, codeine cough mixture, and take a glass of ice and pour it on, so it becomes a drink, and pour it on a glass of ice, and it becomes a drink by itself.
Cough mixture.
Cough mixture, and pour it. These are some of the things that they do. So it is actually much worse than we think. And me ain't taking it lightly.
Drug abuse, power.
I mean, in Crawford, still, even this year, you see the codeine be the bar no moja or airport no moja.
Codeine
Cough mixture. The bar no moja if we been from South Africa and bar no beja or airport no journey. And still eba, even though I think 2 years ago the issue is still eba. It is still omoye and yadio moja. Into Christmas here, per se, to me penetrated through all the cities or the cities of the country, the towns. The Adebeko area. I mean, following Christmas, schools na makwanya and omoya be makwanya. Hope say at least schools ni bia. You betumi dia ko schools. Your normal education na ye with schools ni betumi ato aso ni aye. Near dia ko schools ye ko ye education be ye Adebeko lorry parks. Drivers no so you say tramadol no. A few accidents see no. It's over here Matt Nase and not tramadol she. Matt Nase. We've heard that as well. Into your PC try see a be side no. Now car no kra no at least omobebo cars no ombebo station ho marketplaces no so ombebo lorry stations no ombebo a very catchy song e bompa say at least this is another way to do it never say be make it a bit more impact me so ho na me won me sapa ina wo video no minima sapa me sa so no mo de game masapa o pa be bompa mini kra ka me join the video no but na I late
I too late. Well, interesting. Denise Midako, I Chief Executive, Food and Drugs Authority. Cough mixture, I can't believe it. Cough mixture.
Aye, Kwame. Over ice.
How?
Into bidu mo hombe kwa pharmacy hono. Omo ye desperate. Omo person mo bo drug sellers no omoje.
Yeah, because that's when you take.
Okwa odu fia no afa glass no if you egu so I drink. Say serum and the codeine is there. They are happy.
And codeine, does it give you that high?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
Hey, I guess when I used to say, yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
just say you knew you. What?
And then the side effects.
But then
are bad.
Generally, drug abuse. Can you say because say be read the cocaine near the and as I say there. It's a cough mixture. It's scary because I don't know you can get it easily.
Kwame Mekai several years ago, 2000 and started FDA bed 2000 honum. Ni a few reports. I bet na broni bi wo na apartments so no we huresi form.
Yeah.
No like we huresi form. Na misre. I'm say broni bi akofa na cough mixture no we huresi form. I then ye report to her. I thought it was funny. Not knowing, say, 10, 20 years later, Ebeba has I used to laugh. So I then a report Ibaha because every report worldwide never ya. I'm so brony be Jimmy who or so I then never has. But now, no.
It's here.
20 years later, and it's here.
Touching us.
It's touching us. Substance abuse, almost smelly in your manner. In Canini, as you say, brony, baby, and typics. Oh, here, what glue. But then, no, we are doing the same glue. We are doing the same thing here. So the world is open.
Do we need the police to enforce?
We are working with them, but at the end of the day, no.
It's tricky because we call for prescription drugs. It's difficult to so we DHA will say or abusing and now and so now say miti pai me. I can see why we hospital you made just say
I say me here. I'm sure say video the babano hospitals in our city movie. You know, because
hospitals, pharmacies.
Yes.
But Mimi, I send behind that ben amode authorization beba need to me do for export.
Me patcho authorization dey say bill no wo ho.
Acho.
Patcho say.
Acho.
Ache bill no wo ho minim say omo ye allies no. That is what NACOC is trying to do. It is in their bill.
Go for the years ka we as you near ti how. Near chiching pasa.
I mean, my constituency, a crab will have an SM.
Mosho.
Just as a pa, I train.
Monum you are. Monum you are.
Export.
Because monum you are. I mean, just yet. No, I mean, honestly, just yet. Say, Canada, ni US. Or which we trade in marijuana worth $60 billion.
Mike Tyson.
Not yet. Tihana ubikuta 1 row yasi 10 years. On more shikaka da abana nisu yasi 10 years. Nya chinatu. Na ya call a full bimu of water region. Ne bono. Na ya pajagum. Can't we do something about it? Maybe when I'm food and drugs, when I'm inside we are ignorant. We don't know the real details. Can't we do something?
I think sir, Ella is never out. Then the proper agencies will have the proper regulations.
Because definitely
we will have to do with the processing, not the planting. Into processing into medical oils,
even for export.
We have to do with it. But if it is in the raw, we won't come in. But once it's processed now, then we come in.
The raw near question anyway, so here's the new song from the FDA, Food and Drugs Authority. It says, say no to drugs.
Focus on your future, make your life so better. Link up, go harder. Peace FM. You matter. Make I tell you one thing. The drugs no they add any value to your life. Oh na 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 na. I take a one year.
Alhamdulillah. And so a word to a wise. Come on, this is a little advice to the youth from me. We better must save your lives. If you want to succeed, this is the way to survive. At the back, drug abuse, and you for start, put the fist in the air. That's how we do it in the top. It's a life in the back where I'm a
drug abuse, get abused.
Turn it up, hey.
Oh na 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 na.
Man bogo play.
Oh na 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 na.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh na 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 na.
Yo.
No more drugs. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na.
Just sometimes I wonder if the future leaders know anyone here now for fraud. We are too curious. Everything we want to try some, forgetting the outcome. But how come these drugs are killing us and yet still we the one time? So many genius minds have relied on drugs and ended up in Bantang. About this young oven. What for who see me young someone heaven? Just so high it makes you wanna fly. These drugs will take you to a hell in the sky. No push, no proof, don't do these stuffs. Don't destroy your future over pills and quaff. Get wise, get smart, cause the street might break you. But breakthrough, say no to drugs.
This I want to
and you're the other mum. And you're the now how to make it viral. I know here. Say, baby now. I hope he sends the right message to hey Charlie. I still can't get over the cough mixture bit here. But Obia sending message say, Kwame now you pa cough mixture cry, we know the seat up. Now you want us to go and legalize what? Party, I'm not saying we should legalize it all. I mean, if you say young Francis Shabin been to Hona, we need export you. 60 billion versus 6 billion. Obviously, we can see 11 sika. There's a market out there. Uganda has started trading with Germany Yeah, Uganda. They've started business with Germany on marijuana, looking at quite a bit faster their research and their medicinal nyama industry needs it. Who say marijuana, you know, na homa no use for ship anchor near DNA bags. It's a big business. But you know, couldn't really bet you, sir.
Good systems.
Yes.
Ose,
You hear the good systems.
that's all it takes.
You benya sike womono than the abuse of it.
It is not for recreational purposes, for industry purposes.
Yes.
I think we can do
Because
it.
whether we like it or not, we consume them in a certain way. And for normally abreya and we
Yeah, the hair creams.
Yes.
Yeah, the skin creams. Yeah, the never baby. Yeah, this time of marijuana, baby, you who say on fast no. Now, yeah, we can cash it, but anyway, I need my drink.
But grandpapa,
Yeah.
FDA position yeah, what take it.
So then,
May presently surprised. They are being proactive. You know, there are a lot of times as a regulator, and honestly, got you. But here's the case: first start the promotion to touch at the heart of the youth, the people themselves, to send a message and to spend resources to do this. Grandpapa, I think that they first of all, you commend the process. Now, you're part of the process. Even all about playing it at hospitals and pharmacies and trotro stations and lorry stations and all of us taking it. Because Grandpapa, yamba no wo or yamba fasemo or the future of the nation. Inti aja where ye and a war launch or a part of what total package in Juma warrior. But I think that bringing the consciousness, what put the or simple to the average young man and young women and parents and all of that. We need to be on board on this, and I commend them for it. Apart from the commendation, you get involved.
yeah.
Now, you access to the music, you know,
But talking about the music, Obi comments, no, I'll say it's a nice tune, but it has too many words, too many. The lyrics are too many, and the message then tends to get lost because there isn't simple wording. These are my thoughts. Obi so Adrian channel no. Say even though at the end of papa no, if you say and you know I don't see to how the real message gets lost along the line. Charles, thank you. I can see Mimi nodding her head while she's nodding in you know. And then Obisi Kwame, there was a CNN documentary on marijuana and autism last week by Dr. Sanjay Gupta. It was a very, very good documentary. So me, I'll keep saying it until somebody has testicular fortitude to go ahead and say, look, let's just get this done. And anyway, Mimi, that's an opay.
I'm so that's it.
Money,
who moves now?
Share.
Or really see some powerful moves. You are why who may say 29 1 2 3 1 2 3 there combination no okay now grandpa as I my menu there on no lead this particular song now a technocrat or crossing the pen as in so she's into it like this then it means that we should all get into it
and support it. There or ye guy brutal.
Who moves?
Man, you're the scientist, you know, or
that moves not really see, grandpa. Moves not really see. It means she overnight too.
Opposition where you meant to be a piece of your featuring book long. Oh, him say your sister, papa.
But sister no really see. 1 2 3 1 2 3 you have.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
FDA.
So Mimi Delise Darko and her crew from the Food and Drugs Authority passing through this morning. Thank you very much. Drug abuse and matters arising. And kind of topics so but yeah, film. Now we're talking about e-levy and matters arising here, dear. Any other comments? I know for you, Sudefe, maybe Sir Akwesi about Delegates Conference, say PPP, so EBMB. But any other comments on the e-levy? Then we'll move on to that one, and then quick comments on COVID, and then we're done.
Grandpa, yes. Sometimes my message is simple. The message 12 billion lost every year. In the year from one increase. You see, Grandpa, people we charge taxes. And so we can Ghanaians are tax adverse. I mean, taxes already you charge 17.5 on this. We are paying taxes on fuel. We are paying. People want to know that the music. Them question they be said. Sikana Oreban. How do you know that it will be used for something positive? Because you are losing 12 billion every year. Free money. Free money. You are losing 12 billion per annum in Katasina, Proyena, all of that in the public sector. I thought that we should be having a program where all be close to holes or identify the program challenges, and how to solve it, and working that towards that. If we still need money, then we do that. But Grandpapa, you can't tell me from the same government research documents that are done, you lose 12 billion, you are going to gain 6.9 billion in this. A differential. They said we are losing 5.1 billion if you gain the 6.8 billion. What sense does this make? I think that we should come clear. A very simple message. Very simple message. Because the 12 billion lost every year. And then you are looking to gain 7 billion of something that we don't understand. Grandpapa, 1 year now, 1 month in year clear.
Right, let's see how it pans out in Parliament. After Parliament, and then we'll keep the conversations going around this one. Question, that Kumasi to say?
Chairman, there now before Kumasi, Chairman, sir, 12.8. You can't want some. Chairman, you your program.
Okay.
These are figures that have been taken from the Auditor General's reports. Now, say. Report no ya discuss it na ya the figures abe to abontia ya na wa monfo adwemu say we sika was nka ba aban ho na e bia kata hye ne proye bi ama sika akodi baby. It is not like that. So study Auditor General's report no. In fact, way back before I got into Parliament, that's what I used to think to. Until minya auditor's report be a me hwem no ya de.
You mean the Auditor General?
Auditor General's report, yes. Then I realized some of the infractions, enye sika ako sekata se bi anase ya to agu. Some infractions bi a necessarily no enka enko dane sika. But perhaps some transactions be anko so by way of the PFM Act, the Public Financial Management Act, and some laws be. It's no for the auditor there. Wakani na boom na wa report. It's yes, kase sikebia but not that quantum of money that you think say ye ho ani nyina be back to the states. And perhaps you don't need the source. You levy no a finchim direct source are eba. We are still putting in place systems. And then in Shishaya, sa toko na efemuna sikani bi efako and they said a month for so ma finchim. Sometimes even banks are ajiji sika on behalf of state institutions. Omonti mi am fasika no am consolidated muntemumpa. The Auditor General reports it as irregularities. It is that quantum no is measured. And so maybe the ensuing year no we not sika no akọ. But it will be reported as part of this 12.8 billion. I'm sure say in your time we should do that studies, and then if the Auditor General's report say public accounts committee near the na payroll show be because I used to think say says getting in and Alpha baby. We still need the levy to be able to serve as a catalyst between now to time where everybody say ye bu MPP and Kuntano. Na enyema ye share body adi nyina no yetimi aye ne fenchem. I mean weekend call conference or Kumasi na the pompo so any constitutional amendments bia na eda ye so conference ne de na ya de a ya hyehyɛ sɛ afi bia no ɛwɔ se yɛkɔ ti yɛ hyase with constituencies ye region every region ɛkɔ ne de ye wie ye na ɛwɔ se yɛkɔ national ɛna yɛkɔ ye na need so wɔ hɔ no sɛ amendments bia amanfo after the elections no wɔn mo ɛde aba no ya boa ne nyinaa no na edan kofotim say is going to be considered at the conference. But conference no etu share that say he say the highest body of MPP ebehu saade no na also actual margin na the following year.
One just the highest body down here na mo de koy.
Oh, say I was a conference. It is a conference no. If this is the opportunity a conference ne kwa I will see a team the sansem no ekoto conference anim enti no ya distribute amendments no obia nya bi obia wada dwene a say ka e ba say ye take decision on it bi gidi say obia dwene a obefa na ma party no I stronger no enka ombenya kwan but the opportunity is not lost yet by the next conference ye be hihye mu no bi gidi say will be presented because when we niema da manfo akoma so omo pese ebeboa na party no ejina and now so ye and people are still looking forward to it to say a majority of them no will be worked on na abua na eno echi no ensem apie holiday ye nyina enim say topics for the rest of the week say na imam pani ka say mu no wo kire kwan ya oman no ye pese ejina na so ene ebo a wo share Ghana for say ebo share yen say the tibia no obedi so odi so na ni nyina no mehu economy no kwame as obia woda theater table so ye be katewa eya obia no no be ka so man no mu ede ye be katewa eya but uhia say ye be katew na ya saw ya de the economy that has been sick for some time now no ye gusu at the end of the day no by the end of the 4 years ye ka say ye bu enkonta ahwe enwuma ya kwame ubehu say yakwa edim eno ntino that president ejina utum say ni age say sabi yegusu tie the chi ewo na moto ni nyuma wo ye no so is a party no na de ba mu party no so na air tie na chi na se ne be ya ye be bie da che no ye be nyankonta papa bie bu ni ntino o ma nyina ti ase se ye mfie ni ehwe de ekoso na ye ni akire na ye ntimi defend policies na ne ma party no ejina so a ye de call abatum esan say wono de ne pa ne say 2024 after election 2025 or hand over Ediama an MPP presidential candidate ayatwaba ejin
you say better sir
ye break it no kwame
no sure
and ye better sir but me jidi say at the end of the day no obia te en shisha ye na se na ye nyina hunu say online na ye chichire no a ebedru baabi no in the next 2-3 years e besa kwa elections bi no Ghana fo bu say anamon pa MPP etuo no e ya anamon wa say etimi to aso because ye jaya e ba be ye say bra na ye wurakufuo efri oman no so no wo free so na sise ye no ne ade because wo hwe social interventions aban aye enyema ya no akwame ya na ati ye wo ya ma refri kakra enyema the amount of money ye spending the president can or see the kind of expenditure our health industrialization ICT economy no ye obiam was Canada it is ye din komane enua no to be kofa ka ya bo ni ade e de ba ya no mu refi enema na ya ye so that enema no na nka ya de ebu Ghana for ekomu pa say students tertiary students are no mutual utilities sabaya fa kanu sa kan nyina every week atwam na ntisa but sani man nyina no prekope na ye refi nursing training allowance school feeding they are expanding all the major social interventions ni nyina sika na sika no say o di komu a ya na uti ye no I have very normal amaye it no ye ntiase say ye say aban na boka but ya ye ho ka na aban no ebo nti de bewie no say ye trase na ebu compound hwe yachi na ya chire mu a bigiri so bia bekas ampo se free SHS ni ho na ka mia me mama yense mitwom visa enka for this number of years e ka mabono kenye kaketo until then they would want to appreciate what the government has done.
Alexander Kwesiakwa MP order now for then abaka the literature yeah point
grandpapa
Peace FM.
The winner takes all politics, all Ghana. On that affects political parties. Grandpa, I make a baby in say programs. That some of the programs are made target party food soldiers. Grandpa, some people will benefit, but others will not benefit. Anything I tell you, what's say the two major parties will need majority in Ghana.
Nanya food soldiers here na
Grandpapa, is it?
Nanya man omu brema ba.
Oh, but Grandpapa say a pede a break in the 8 to them work another in your longevity in politics. It's one side, there's another side where uncared for. And those people also wow and go multiply and more from a winning. Grandpapa, the nature of politics now what Ghana that the winner takes all president or make over 4,000 appointments. This decentralized election they be MMDC is Nazi. Grandpapa, it's an opportunity to lessen the burden in terms of this winner takes all and inclusivity in government. Grandpapa, you can imagine there it will empower. Then other people at the local level also they are empowered. They don't see politics there or you're fatalistic there. If I don't get it now, maybe for the next 8, 12, 16 years. Grandpapa, until it be remove these bottlenecks from politics, people will always talk and try to, in quotes, please food soldiers. But what you do in there, you don't do proper governance. In your aja or the impuntu ankasa or the ba yenyina yakwen. And we are always looking for a position in there. In the system of governance and this concept winner takes all, that the BIA proposed with certain key amendments to your constitutional structures, your grandpapa. The electing of MMDC is opportunity not bear now or no. Grandpapa or ye huge vacuum be say yeah, grandpapa and Kagana Hanum asum Drake say ankasa bebe kroma. Because obia be there. It is not this winner takes all. Also, will feature themselves in the system of governance somewhere. Oh yeah, the man, Obianya Tima, or the ma Oman Ghana. Now, Oman Ghana may say, yeah, in this fourth republic, grandpapa, the winner takes all, the winner looks after their people, and then they move on. Grandpapa, there is a big myth be a disassociate your mind with.
No.
I am confident this. Yeah, power. Now you appoint people. Now you do what you or no, maintain your power for so. It's not true, grandpapa. If it was true, and 2000 change in and 2008 change in and 2016 change on because the fact of the matter is that when the people make up their mind there, my bro, no matter what you put there. Grandpapa, and the BIA rules now the year of the rules. Politics, it's not just about brick and mortar, or sometimes about the human being as a term, aja or film. It is the nature of governance now. Yepe organa, grandpapa. Yepe the biased form of government. Yepe government obiatumu no Now, in order to do that, we need to make some fun. Grandpapa, the PPP say very short. The fundamental 5 pillars are in there. So yes, son, wo abema Ghana man ne ho beto na impuntu obakonani. MPs becoming ministers. Grandpapa. Look, problem here parliament. And Kokrokoo kwatena cabinet with His Excellency will take a decision. Now what tiptoe, what back to parliament to receive the same decision. What take you all? It weakens the legislature. We want a situation where parliament here empowered, emboldened that all the members of parliament, because if you don't go there with negotiation skills, you can't make it through. Say, it will be our numbers, the years have it, and they're pushing their way through. Consultation with the legislature with the executive to make sure that you have a proper system of governance and you feel it good. Grandpapa, the issue of e-levy. The biggest problem with the e-levy was lack of consultation. The members who were on finance committee and the majority side only got to know about e-levy when it was read on the floor of parliament. The consultation I cannot know. You must go through the process and respect the people in order to be able to bring ideas, Grandpapa, ideas, sell the ideas to the people and let us own it. That is why they're having so much problem. That is why it hits brick wall and the back and forth and the back and forth. The other one has to do with this election of MMDCs, Grandpapa, until somebody in the Volta region, or becomes a DC or a MC, elected by the people. Or kona iwo elect no, or promise a janan obey ye, a quine obey ye, gutters obey ye. He is subject Onya Sikano from the consolidated fund to implement those things. Grandpapa, the people there see a representative. Ejuma. Grandpapa, the tension is less. The tension is less because the people see themselves in governance. But when we lose election, I don't see myself anywhere in governance. I don't see myself or my ideas or my people represented in governance. Grandpapa, bad governmental system, and that is why the problem is. Grandpapa, me tell Nana Kumia on another platform. Also, the internal politics alone in NPP. Also, it will cost each one about 1 billion Ghana cedis. He said it.
$1 billion cedis.
1 billion cedis each.
All cedis
to do the intent. All cedis.
Now there's nothing like OCDs.
He said 1 billion. He said 1 billion Ghana cedis. OCD. I think he was referring to the OCD. But if it's today's cedis, today's CD. About 200 million.
Do you know it is 1 billion?
1 billion. That's what was said on the station.
Do you know it's 1 billion?
Oh, but that's what he said, Grandpapa. I'm quoting him.
That's over $200 million.
Yes.
No, I don't think
I
so.
was shocked.
For internal politics.
I am quoting him on your brother Randy's show.
No, Katitiska.
No, it can't be Titiska. The Titiska 1 billion.
Now, do you want 1 billion cedis?
Titiska.
Yeah. That's about $200 million.
Now, which individual has
But when he said it, Grandpapa, I was sagum. Grandpapa was sagum. Okawa unya Randy ni show. Oh, Grandpapa. Now no one can ye.
I be honest with one can.
Can it demo because that is what he said. Let me see. Hey.
Now which individual has
Grandpapa,
$200 million?
Now, oh yeah, advocate today. Oh no, the advocate today. Nana, Honorable Baumia, His Excellency Baumia, and Alex Chimante, one kambum. Now, one kambuma, each person will spend about 1 billion each for primaries. That is how the figure came about. I say that was his analysis on the board, that figure. Grandpapa, I was talking my chair. Hey, monocracy be this.
Now we are party chairman when you say Scadi.
But Grandpapa, the quantum, no. Grandpapa, quantum. Quantum now, Grandpapa. Escape a heartbeat. $200 million in internal politics. Internal party politics.
It cannot be true.
Oh yeah. Also, you have to go across the country 10 times. You have to see 2,000 delegates in each constituency.
But you see, this one cannot be your personal money.
But
people who have interest in you.
Whether it was personal is not.
So it means you're talking about presidential elections, right?
Is it?
You're talking about presidential.
Internal.
$200 million are not shit.
Also, you have to see 2,000 delegates each constituency, or they're around 10 times. Or they. I'm listening to what he's saying. This is a direct.
I know.
Oh yeah. Analysis. So all I'm saying that the winner takes all concept and governance.
Should be relooked
expand that. As a people, no. Fundamental changes. Now winner for all, no. Reduce.
Yes, sir.
That's an producer 10 panelists. That's a Nana Furiwusu, national chairman PPP. Alexander Kwesi Akwa MP. Oda. It's good to have you back.
Businessman, businessman.
On your starting business in no.
Hey.
I go see Ocha, yeah, I know I be producer show. Wrapping up this morning's edition, Kokrokoo Live. Yeah, that was some of them with video to 8 a.m. And so we're playing the Say No to Drugs song from the Food and Drugs Authority. Thank you very much, Delise Mimi Dakon, Chief Executive Officer FDA, and your crew for passing through this morning. Remember, COVID is real. And Rumani Sumami and San Nomba Sabasa. Ria Cassette is a meaty. Cough mixture, the Ukraine still a minty as I say, Bitimi cough mixture need to go as a son. No, memory, Yasremo. Gaga, and member from Kakana, so yeah, Gaga for Pa, Nemum baby, I'm okay. Madame Yakukusia. Anyway, the next news broadcast is at 12. Make way for Kofi Kumbilson. We're back tomorrow morning. God willing, Friday morning will be the 24th of December. It will be Christmas Eve. And at 0900 hours, we'll have MOG in the studio live. May your day be blessed. Remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive is all you have. Yeah, we know it's a tough world out there, but still we rise.
Come on, this is a little advice to the youth from me.
As always, my prayer for you is in the book of Numbers 6:24 to 26. And when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.